Welcome to AI TV, and today we're broadcasting from Cape Town, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome Lee from Fliptin, based in Cape Town. Is that correct?
I'm actually based in Johannesburg.
Oh, you're in Joburg, right?
We're in Joburg, but we've been spending a lot of time in Cape Town through our AI in Africa program.
Brilliant. Now, I came across Fliptin in the run-up to AI Expo, which is broadly a community-based trade show. So we're buyers and suppliers, and I saw the work that you guys were doing, and I was like, got to get you involved in our community. So do you want to explain a little bit about the work of Fliptin and the programs that you're running?
Okay, well, you know, I need to say that Fliptin is a tech company, and we've experienced firsthand the problem of not having enough technology skills in the country, right? This is a daily struggle for us and many corporates and businesses in South Africa. So together with the Kgalema Motlanthe Foundation, we developed the AI in Africa program. And for the past year, we've been running boot camps throughout communities in South Africa. We've been doing this in Gauteng, in the Western Cape, and in Umlazi.
Right, and really that was what I came across through social media, the AI in Africa program. And when I met Mustafa and he showed me what he was doing with the boot camps, for me, we're trying to create what we call the AI economic pipeline. So at the very earliest stage, we give people or show them that there's this new route that you can take in life, which may result in you becoming a coder or a programmer or an entrepreneur. And you guys are right at that beginning, and that was the real thing that amazed me. I wanted Mustafa to speak at the show. Tell us a little bit more about AI in Africa in the program, because it's a fascinating program.
Okay, with this program, it's really about mindset change. And as much as we want people to be employable, we also want to develop entrepreneurs. So the program takes girls, 60 girls in each region, into a 3-day boot camp where we run an immersive workshop on how to solve problems. We think problem solving is a key skill. It's part of the 21st century skills, right, that we need to have. And then we teach them about AI. Now remember, these are girls, learners that have not been exposed to computer science and possibly not, formal AI topics as well. They're using AI, they're using the applications, but they don't really have, full understanding of what it really entails. So through problem solving and AI, we show them how to actually bring technology and artificial intelligence into, creating solutions to social challenges. So I'd love to just explain that a little bit better, right?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you've explained it really well. I mean, at the end of the day, and this is the thing that I picked up on when I spoke to Mustafa, is that the people best suited to solve the challenges that they face in daily life are the people that actually live and work and have grown up in those communities. So the fact that you're running those programs so it's decentralized. So most learning programs tend to be get on a train, come to Woodstock or Cape Town or Joburg, go to a school, go to a college, sit in front of a computer. What you're doing is you're taking the program to the people. So, and how does that actually work? Do they need laptops, or do you go to schools that have those facilities already?
We don't. We actually work with schools, public schools, that have very little exposure to, to some of these high-tech kind of modules. With some of the schools that we work with may have a computer lab, but not necessarily a computer teacher. So they wouldn't necessarily have been taking computer classes. Just back to your point on taking innovation back to the communities. The idea here is for girls to see themselves as being those innovators, as being the creators of the solutions. And part of the experience is to show them that their experiences, whatever it may be, their background, everything that they've learned and known so far can help them, propel them towards this tech-enabled future, because everything that they've learned is incredibly valuable towards problem solving.
Yeah, and again, I've had this conversation many times around how do we need to change people's thinking around job creation, and the model that you guys have put together, I think, is that first, it's the foundation.
Okay.
Is that you're going out to people in previously disadvantaged communities, people that haven't had exposure to mainstream media or necessarily mainstream facilities, high tech computer labs, if you wish, and actually showing them that they have a valid contribution to make to solving a challenge that they actually experience on a day-to-day basis. Must be quite a powerful experience for them to go through.
I think it is, and that is a sort of feedback we're constantly receiving from teachers and from the learners themselves. And for us, it's a learning process as well, because before the start of the boot camps, I had never really worked with young girls in townships. I have a tech background, so I've started off as a programmer. Never in my life would I have imagined that I'd be working with children. So I find it personally very rewarding. But can I just take you through you did ask about how do we do the programs.
Yeah.
Can I just take you through
Please
it?
explain, yeah.
Okay, firstly, all we require is 100% commitment and participation. Come with an open mind, come with a winning attitude, come to learn. That's it. That's all the girls need to bring. We then take care of the logistics around it. The girls are transported to the venue. We cater for all the workshop requirements, all of that. We work with some fantastic partners who have helped us customize the curriculum, for this purpose. The first 2 days are held at a corporate venue because we think it's important for the girls to have exposure to those places. The third day, we go back to the community where the girls pitch their solutions to judges, to community members, to VIPs, to parents. And it's really just the environment, where we can actually communicate with the parents, tell the parents, our message of how they can support their children through this journey. The curriculum itself, very, very immersive. So it's 2 full days of learning. As I mentioned, there is design thinking. It's a large component of it. There is also AI, the AI tool sets. They use image classifiers and chatbots. So they really get into the nitty-gritty of
Jumping
it.
straight in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
We then try to round it off with a little bit of ethics in AI, because I think that's a fantastic, it's a very incredibly relevant part of the learning, and that they need to be aware of. And finally, we teach them how to pitch. So it's emotive storytelling. How do you now pitch your idea? And all of this sort of brings you back to, if you're an entrepreneur pitching your product, this is what you'll need to know. And so using all of that, they pitch on the final day to the judges and to the audience.
Now, I know it's very early days, and you've just done the first year of the program.
We've done 1 year. Yes.
What do you see as obviously the girls that have gone through the program? What's the next steps for them? They have to carry on obviously with their schooling or going to college or whatever it is they're doing. What are you hoping that the next step for them is?
Right now, what we've done is we've tried to we're working towards the finals, which will be held in December, where we'll be bringing through the girls from the regional winners to participate in one huge, hackathon in December.
And where's that being held?
That is being held in Gauteng.
In Gauteng, right.
Yes. So we're working towards the national finals in Johannesburg, where we'll be bringing in the regional winners to compete in the national hackathon for AI in Africa. And this is also a 3-day program. It's going to be a little bit more intensive than the other boot camps have been through, but we know that the girls are fully capable of doing that. We're also working with learning institutions and corporate partners to find bursaries, to be able to provide bursaries or study assistance to the girls that will be finishing school this year or next year. So that answers the what next for the girls. We would like to, enable them to study further. But just in terms of the AI in Africa program in general, the main pillars of it is talent identification. How do you find and groom talent and, ensure that learners and youth get the right kind of support that they need to take it further? We want to show the world that innovation can come from anywhere, and that Africans are incredibly innovative, incredibly creative, and create that that platform to be able to find, nurture, grow innovation.
Yeah, I mean, what I saw at the show when we interviewed Mustafa, we had the schoolgirls there, they actually did a joint presentation on camera, and they showed the products that, the solutions to the problems that they had identified. And it just proved the point that local people given the right tools and inspiration and a nudge in that direction can come up with some amazing solutions.
We have a bank of 70 ideas right now, and there are quite a few ideas within it that there are actually products that are doing really well that the girls had no idea existed. So there are a lot of, you know, very, very fantastic ideas. And, you know, I mean, imagine that came out of 3 days.
Yeah, I mean,
what could happen?
If there's any investors watching, there's 70 ideas waiting to be funded through your program.
So again, just in terms of the big picture, talent identification, co-creation of, so with corporates, we would really love for those corporates to come on board, help us, you know, achieve open innovation in communities. So this is now going back to the communities, creating that environment for us to be able to work with the learners, with talented individuals, provide the access to 4IR technologies, and co-create from there, work on community innovation together.
And look, just to wrap up, how do people find out more about Flipton and AI in Africa?
We have a website.
What's your website?
It's aiinafrica.org. Flipton is www.flipton.com, and you can catch us on both platforms.
Brilliant. So if you're out there watching this and you want to get involved with it, which I think is one of the, I don't know, the most impactful thing I saw in 2019, get in contact with Lee and the team and follow up if you're interested. So thanks very much for joining us today. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.